If we serve a God who would save even a man as questionable character as Lot, what does that communicate to all of us? There's hope for all of us. There's mercy for all of us. That God's mercy is greater than our sin. Thanks be to God for that. So, verse 17. And as they brought them out, one said, escape your life. Do not look back or stop. Away. So, verse 17 is a very, very good reminder of everything the Bible tells us about how we should respond to temptation and respond to sin and respond to wickedness. Do you flirt with sin? Do you cozy up with sin? Do you tiptoe as close to the line as possible without crossing into sin? No, what does the Bible say? When you see sin, what do? Man, you run in the other direction. And the Bible specifically uses this language when talking about sins of the sexual nature. It says, those sins, more than any others, don't cozy up with, don't play around, don't tiptoe as close to the line as possible as you can without crossing. He says, run in the opposite direction, like Joseph running out of Potiphar's wife, right? Leave your clothes. Better to run naked through town than to give in to sexual sin. And that's a powerful example of that. So that's the message the messengers deliver. They say, escape, don't you dare look back, don't you stop. He says, you just keep running in the right direction, away from this wicked place. Verse 18, and Lot said to them, oh no, my lords. At this point, you go facepalm. You're like, come on, man. Don't you see how much mercy you're being shown here? But he says, oh no, my lords. Verse 19, behold, your servant has found favor in your sight, and you have shown me great kindness. That is an understatement. In saving my life. But I cannot escape to the hills, lest the disaster overtake me, and I die. Behold, this city is near enough to flee to, and it is a little one. Let me escape there. Is it not a little one? And my life will be saved. And he said to him, behold, I grant you this favor also, that I will not overthrow the city of which you have spoken. Escape there quickly, for I can do nothing till you arrive. Therefore, the name of this city was called. But the mountains, the hills to escape where God would provide. Lot takes matters in his own hands. Says, let me go to this city. It's such a tiny little city, insignificant. Let me go there. Essentially, Lot is saying, hey, God, I don't think you thought this through. I think you missed one detail. I appreciate you saving me and all, but it would be even better if you let me do this. And shockingly, the angels agree.
Thinking about that time I'm hearing, and God would say these innocent ones. What I'm saying is, there are abortion centers where those babies happen.
Sure.
Before God Almighty.
Better believe it.
And he's probably asking the same.
That's right.
We cannot take that lightly.
No. And it's a mistake to think all throughout the Bible we see examples of the unimaginable evil human beings are capable of, and it's a mistake to think, well, that doesn't happen today, right? Cities and governments and politicians and cities, they were evil in God's sight in ancient times, but they're all accepted by God. And no, that's foolishness. That where big groups of people gather together, what are you going to find a lot of? A whole bunch of sin, without exception. When people gather together, not because they're called by God, but because they're uniting in their own humanness, which is what happens in cities, wickedness always follows. And it's only when people are called together by God that righteousness is found in a group of people. But let's finish this section here. Verse 23. The sun had risen on the earth when Lot came to Zoar. So see here, God is going to perform his acts in the light of day, because it's right. Verse 24, then the Lord rained on Sodom and Gomorrah sulfur and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the valley and all the inhabitants of the cities and what grew on the ground. So we talked about, the text has already indicated that the region around Sodom was rich in natural resources, petroleum products, even to this day. Do you think it's any irony that God sends judgment of fire in a place that is known for, and everything is destroyed? Verse 6, but Lot's wife, behind him, looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. So the word here for look back, it's not the idea of she's walking and she hears a noise and boom. One of the texts says, I liked it in the pit. I want to go back. And we know that